Welcome back here, everyone. Scooby Doo has been around for, I think, about 50 years, or maybe a little more than 50 years by now. It is a classic cartoon. It's something that a lot of people grow up watching, enjoying. They've had all sorts of different iterations of Scooby Doo over the years, but it's always been Scooby Doo that we've all enjoyed. Now, for some reason, and I know the reason, I'll take this a little while, they decided over the years to start meddling with certain things. One thing in particular that they have done now is in the latest Scooby-Doo movie that gone directly to streaming and DVD, or whatever you want to call it now. It's called Trick or Treat Scooby-Doo. I had I watched it. And as this article from Variety here officially states, and I can tell you it is that Velma is officially a lesbian in new Scooby-Doo film. Years after James Gunn and more tried to make her explicitly gay. Now, I don't know about that with James Gunn and what other the other. I'm going to talk about my views on this and what I think happened in the movie itself. Now, first off, the Trick or Treat Scooby-Doo wasn't really a fantastic Scooby-Doo movie. I think all Scooby-Doo movies, probably for like the last year, maybe 2 years, have started to go downhill really badly. They don't really focus on what people want anymore, which is just, some guy in a costume with some elaborate plan trying to do something and the meddling kids stopping it. That isn't what happened. Most of the time it's a bunch of convoluted nonsense here and there or whatever. It's really, really ridiculous. But in regards to this Velma thing now Velma, let us read a bit from this article here. Velma is officially a lesbian. Clip from the brand new Trick or Treat Scooby-Doo, which show Mystery Inc. member googly-eyed and speechless when encountering costume designer Coco Diablo, have gone viral on Twitter. Well, of course, once it go viral on Twitter, people can come out and say, oh my God, we're so happy and sort of thing, even though they don't really care. They're just trying to push the woke narrative. Now, many may say that, maybe it's not really that. It's just something they do something that they probably do in the movie to just make it look somehow, and maybe she just blush or something once or twice and people just running with it. Okay? But like I said, I watched the movie and I can confirm that's what happened, because if you look at it here, when she encounters Coco Diablo, instantly. Yeah, that's the first thing. And look at the second one here. So during the movie, Velma actually admits to Daphne that she's crushing hard on Coco, right? And this Coco character is designed to be, well, should I say, drawn to be sexy. That's what it's about. But the thing about it with Velma and this change, it's what they've been trying to push this for years, but I personally have never really seen it. I've never really thought it made sense. I've always thought Velma was more like a geeky wallflower than actually a lesbian or anything like that. I never really saw it. Because when you look at the Scooby Gang, each one of them has their roles in it. Fred is the leader. Daphne is the danger-prone damsel in distress, pretty girl sort of thing. Shaggy is the cowardly, always hungry. Well, he and Scooby basically share the same thing. Cowardly, always hungry, live bait. And Velma is the geeky bookworm. That's what they get. But throughout the Scooby-Doo franchise that they've done, they've even had movies where you've seen Velma clearly infatuated with men, clearly having, some sort of thing there with that. So that's what's going on. And then when they did the Scooby-Doo reboot where there was, what's the name of it again? Boy, I forgot the name of it. But when they did it, when Velma and Shaggy were dating, And for some reason, Shaggy was more concerned about Scooby Doo finding out about it. I don't know, he was a dog. That didn't make sense to me, but that wasn't a bad series. I just thought it kind of went off the tracks a little bit where they started to all kind of family conspiracy nonsense and things. I really liked Be Cool Scooby Doo. And one of the reasons I liked Be Cool Scooby Doo was because what they did with Daphne, they gave Daphne a different outlook. Because Daphne in Be Cool Scooby Doo was kind of this quirky airhead kind of thing. I mean, every episode was something new with she. When she didn't have the puppets, she had a beard. Was trying to learn stand-up comedy. Everything was always got a funny with it. I thought that was a nice twist. In this movie now, Trick or Treat Scooby Doo, you get Daphne comes to realize that she isn't making much of a contribution to the team and wondering what her purpose is. And then towards the end of it now, she suddenly tells Fred that she wants to be the leader of the Scooby gang. And he's like, you've always been the leader. You're the one who everyone comes to, and you're the one who gives a clear head. And I'm like, nothing in this movie, anything before that led up to anything for anybody to actually believe this was possible. You could tell they were trying to push this woman power narrative thing again, but Fred has always been the leader. Fred is the man who comes up with the plan. Fred is the one who tells them to split up. Fred is the one who always in the lead when they're running, who make it, he's saving himself. But in this movie, all Fred says is that his very important job is to drive the mystery machine. It didn't make sense to me. But overall, I think what they did in this movie, trying to this whole, Velma, lesbian sort of angle, I didn't see it really making much sense to the way Scooby Doo has been done. I think maybe if Coco was kind of flirting with Fred and Daphne was jealous, then it would have made a little more sense. But this openly thing where you have Velma googly-eyed and all kind of thing over Coco, Diablo, and you're acting like this is supposed to somehow be some big amazing thing didn't really make sense to me. Now it's sort of suspicious that this whole change to Velma would come right as they're looking to bring out the race-swapped Velma series for HBO Max. Because all of a sudden you decide to make Velma gay in Scooby-Doo movies probably means she's going to be that way in this HBO Max series. It's pretty much a no-brainer at this point when they do these things. So it's not really, in my opinion, canon. I think what they're doing again is just trying to change characters to fit their own mold, and it doesn't make much sense. We've seen Velma over the years. Like I always said, I always thought Velma was more of a nerdy wallflower type than anything. We've seen her in movies and other stuff where she has been attracted to men. She was in a relationship with Shaggy for a little while that didn't last, but still, and now you've done this. I am not going to, and people may say, well, it's been floating around there for a while and it was on Twitter. When it comes to Twitter, they would be happy if everybody was something or another. That's pretty much how they roll. Be happy if everybody was something or another for their own purposes. Not because it makes sense at all, that's just what they want. I don't think this change is really good. I keep saying, if you want to do these characters, create different characters and do something. But having Velma, of all people, googly-eyed and giddy over Coco Diablo didn't really make sense to me. And again, it's suspicious as hell that you suddenly decide to make this change to the character right before the HBO Velma series, race-swapped Velma series is supposed to come out. Who are you trying to fool at this point? You know what you're doing? We know what's going to happen. That's pretty much it. So again, this was the Trick or Treat Scooby Doo movie. I watched it. I didn't think it was really all that good. So I really don't think I'll do a review about it. I just think what they were trying to do in it was just kind of stupid in my opinion, with the thing with Velma and then Daphne. And I mean, come on, it's just ridiculous. But that's my thought on it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you have a different opinion, I'd love to hear it. If you like the video, be sure to hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Ring the notification bell. Be notified every time I put out a new video. And I shall see you all next time. Take care.